And what happened when Lexie Hull played more than like 4 minutes? Oh.
The recent game between Lexie Hull and Angel Reese was an eye-opener for basketball fans everywhere, showcasing an undeniable shift in power on the court. Lexie Hull, a player whose early minutes had been sparse, showed up and delivered a performance that would make anyone rethink their perceptions of her. On the other hand, Angel Reese, once hailed as the team's savior, found herself struggling, overshadowed by the dynamic energy of Hull's all-around play. The match started with Reese in the spotlight, but it didn't take long for the situation to flip dramatically. Hull, who had been relegated to the bench for much of the early part of the season, proved why she should never have been sidelined in the first place. She didn't just play as she dominated. Hull ended the game with 19 points, shooting an impressive 8 for 11 from the field. But that wasn't all. She also contributed 3 assists and grabbed 3 rebounds, showcasing her all-around game. Her elite three-point shooting and relentless defense were on full display, leaving the opposition in disarray. In stark contrast, Reese, who had been a fixture on the court for most of the game, couldn't find her rhythm. Despite being known for her rebounding prowess and her ability to score double-doubles, she found herself trapped in a pattern of missed opportunities and turnovers. Reese's performance on the floor was so poor that she was pulled from the game after just 8 minutes of play. Her 4 points and 3 turnovers were not enough to justify her continued presence on the court. As Hull lit up the scoreboard, Reese was left to stew on the sidelines, probably wishing she had made better decisions to avoid being yanked off. For the Rose Basketball Club, this game was a turning point. Hull's performance didn't just give them their first win of the season, it proved that they didn't need to build everything around Reese's stat padding. In fact, the team seemed to function far more fluidly when Reese was off the floor. Without the shackles of forcing a game plan around Reese's isolation-heavy style, the ball moved more efficiently, shots fell, and the team seemed to have found a new rhythm. Hull's ability to adapt to the fast-paced nature of the game, particularly in the 3-on-3 format, allowed her to exploit the open court and take advantage of every opportunity. On the defensive side of the ball, she was relentless, locking down her opponents and shutting down offensive threats with ease. Reese, on the other hand, looked sluggish and out of sync. Her predictable pick-and-roll plays were getting exposed, and her attempts at finishing at the rim were falling short, sometimes spectacularly so. Fans on social media had a field day mocking her missed layups, with some joking that they were becoming the punchline of a cruel joke. As the game progressed, it became clear that Reese's insistence on playing an outdated style of basketball was holding her back. While the rest of the league was moving at breakneck speed, Reese seemed to be stuck in a time warp, trying to force her post-up game into a system that simply didn't fit anymore. Hull, however, was thriving in the chaos. She wasn't just keeping up, but she was setting the pace. Her quick cuts, hustle plays, and sharp off-ball movement were making her a nightmare for defenders, while Reese could barely keep up with the speed of the game. Reese's poor shooting and turnovers continued to plague her, making her look more like a liability than an asset. Her style of play was no longer effective in the fast-paced environment that the league was embracing. Hull, on the other hand, was a perfect fit for this style. She had already proven herself as an elite three-point shooter, having finished second in the WNBA in shooting percentage, and her defense was equally stellar. Her all-around game made it impossible to ignore her contributions. She wasn't just playing basketball, she was putting on a clinic. When Reese was pulled from the game, the offense immediately started to flow more smoothly. No longer were they bogged down by inefficient pick-and-roll sets or forced post use. Hull's ability to drive to the basket, shoot the three, and play a lockdown defense made her a complete player, someone the team could build around. Meanwhile, Reese's struggles continued as she failed to make a meaningful impact on the game. Hull's performance didn't just overshadow Reese's, it obliterated it. It was a reminder that sometimes the best way to prove yourself isn't through talk, but through action. Hull, once the bench warmer, had taken full advantage of her opportunity and showed exactly why she was a key player for this team. Her intelligence on the court, her ability to make everyone around her better, and her leadership under pressure had already earned her respect. Meanwhile, Reese's inability to adapt to the fast-paced 3-on-3 format made it clear that she wasn't the future of the team. As Hull continued to shine, Reese's place on the court became more and more uncertain. Her obsession with getting double-doubles, while impressive on paper, had become a hindrance to the team's success. It was as if she had become so focused on padding her stats that she had forgotten what it meant to be a team player. In this game, Reese wasn't just outplayed by Hull, she was exposed for the liability that she had become. The social media fallout from the game was swift and unforgiving. Fans were quick to take sides, with many calling for Hull to be the focal point of the team going forward. The memes mocking Reese's poor play flooded in, and the consensus was clear. Hull was the future, and Reese's time as the team's star was over. Fans were particularly vocal in their criticism of the team's early season strategy, which had prioritized Reese's double-doubles over team success. That decision, many felt, had been a mistake, and Hull's performance proved it. The Rose Basketball Club had finally found their identity, and it didn't revolve around Angel Reese. With Hull leading the charge, they were playing the kind of basketball that fans could get behind. The ball moved freely, players were working together, and they were winning games. Reese, in contrast, was stuck in her outdated style, clinging to the notion that her individual stats would save the team. Hull's performance wasn't just a victory for the Rose Basketball Club, it was a statement. A statement that she had arrived, that she was a star, and that she was the type of player this team needed to succeed. It wasn't just about scoring points or getting rebounds, it was about making the team better. Hull's versatility and basketball IQ made her a perfect fit for a team that was looking to thrive in the fast-paced, ever-changing landscape of professional basketball. The implications of Hull's performance extend beyond just the Rose Basketball Club. In the larger context of the WNBA, Hull's skill set makes her an ideal fit for several teams looking to contend in the coming seasons. One team that could benefit from her versatility is the Indiana Fever, who could use a player like Hull to complement the talent they already have on the roster. With players like Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, and Aaliyah Boston, Hull could thrive in an environment that values her style of play. Meanwhile, Reese's future remains uncertain. Her struggles in the fast-paced 3-on-3 format have made it clear that she needs to evolve if she wants to continue being a factor in the league. Her obsession with getting double-doubles and her reliance on outdated post-up moves have made her a liability for her team. As Hull continues to shine, Reese is being left in the dust. The writing is on the wall. The future belongs to players like Hull, and Reese may need to rethink her approach if she hopes to regain her place at the top. In the end, this game was more than just a win for Hull, it was a game changer. It proved that basketball is about more than just individual stats. It's about adapting to the game, making your teammates better, and winning as a team. Lexie Hull has shown that she has what it takes to lead, and the Rose Basketball Club is lucky to have her. As for Angel Reese, the road ahead will require a lot more than just double-doubles if she wants to remain relevant in this fast-paced, evolving league.